Just in this morning, we're getting word of Hawaiian Airlines employees who are being let go. A spokesperson confirms 73 non-contract employees declined or did not get an offer to continue with the combined company with Alaska Airlines. Now, that includes 57 in Honolulu. Currently, Hawaiian employs about 1,400 non-contract staff, which means most actually have a position moving forward. Now, the ones not continuing will have their employment end on December 17th. We're told they will be paid through the end of the year and also get a severance package as well as job placement services.